So what will this course give me that others won't? My answer to this would be that the most unique point is our approach to healing and health that we use. And this approach has evolved from both Dominique and myself working with clients and also with the other courses that we've offered over the years. If I think about our approach, I would say there are three main aspects to it. The first being inquiry. And what I mean by inquiry is that we use questions that I call experiencing questions, ones which signpost us to an answer from direct experience, from diving deeper, if you like, rather than an intellectual answer. Not that there's anything wrong with intellectual answers, just sometimes they're really helpful and are needed. But through the inquiry questions, students can absorb what we're offering on the course and make this their own from direct experience. These questions direct us, if you like, to tap into our deepest resources, to go beyond our thoughts of limitations and frustrations. Students are invited on the course to question their thoughts, their beliefs, their judgments about the potential of healing through this process of inquiry. In doing so for themselves and receiving a direct experience, they trust this process, and this, we believe, brings a quiet confidence to their work. Another way I could describe inquiry questions is that they tend to be spontaneous. They tend to arise in our mind. A question arises that feels as if the intellect can't answer it. It's almost as if it has to be answered from another awareness, another point of view. The second aspect I choose to call the healing balm of love. And I want to be really clear at this point. This isn't offered as a nice concept, a nice soft construct. This is a true recognition that serves every single situation, every single diagnosis, every single symptom. The recognition that love is the most practical answer to every problem. I'm going to say that again. The recognition that love is the most practical answer to every problem. What we've discovered is that if we peel the layers off of particular situations that we encounter that we find difficult, it's almost as if all of us share the same bottom layer. And that bottom layer is our yearning, our desire to know that we are loved, lovable, and capable of loving others. So love becomes the foundation of your practice, your work, your life, enabling you to attend to symptoms, diagnosis, with your medicine bag of tools, alongside the quiet confidence in the healing balm of love. So you communicate your trust in the woman, the trust in the woman having everything within her to meet the situation she's encountering. Let's just stop for a moment and recognize what a gift that is for both the one receiving and also the one offering. This deep trust that within each of us is everything to meet whatever we are encountering in every moment. The third aspect of our approach, I would say, is communication. We explore and discover the blessing of listening with ears willing to hear. And again, I want to say, what a gift for both. A gift for the one who is being listened to by someone who has ears willing to hear. And also the gift to the one who offers their ears willing to hear. Such an opportunity for healing. We also explore communication in terms of relationship. And this is an important part of communication because for many of us, it's in the relationships that we feel as though we may have been unheard, misunderstood, betrayed in our communications. So within the course, we use processes that offer the opportunity to see these misperceptions, if you like, these wounds, and meet them in ourselves. Again, it's about direct experience. And this results in a clarity of intention and purpose. And I would also say that it results in an emotional and psychological maturity. By maturity, I mean a willingness, and it doesn't matter how small or large that willingness is. Willingness is willingness. To see through the eyes of love rather than fear. To discover what is deeper than the misunderstanding, the betrayal, the feeling of being unheard or unseen. What is deeper than this? Or we could say, what is beyond the grievance, the wounds, the misunderstandings, and our willingness to commit to truth, to healing, to love. Communication then becomes a dialogue where there is a safe space for self-honesty, humility, and a safe space for the amazing paradox of not knowing, and at the same time also deeply knowing. I believe this leads to a trust in ourselves and others, and results in a clarity in our communication, a trust in our communication, a safety in our communication. So these are the three aspects, if you like, of our approach.
So I want to tell you a bit about what you can expect to learn on this training. On this training, we'll be sharing over 50 years of therapeutic experience and training that us two tutors have between us. We've both been working for over 25 years in practice, and we've learnt a lot along the way, and we really want to share some of those skills. This means we'll be sharing tools, insights and experiences that we feel are relevant to a healer. Tools and skills that we have learnt from working as therapists and practitioners and group facilitators over the last 25 years. So to break that down and give you a little bit of a flavour about exactly what tools of focus might you learn. So we're going to be exploring and gaining, I hope, a clear understanding of what is healing and what's the role of the practitioner within that arena. And then we're going to be learning tools of focus, using a lot of self-inquiry, as Amanda referred to in her podcast, and the practice of self-forgiveness, learning what this means for ourselves as a healer and how to offer this to others and our clients. We're also going to be learning active listening skills and basic counselling skills. Amanda referred to tools of listening, being able to listen with ears that are willing to hear. So how do we do that and what gets in the way of that? So there is going to be some sense of having basic counselling skills because we want people to be able to dialogue with their clients in a really clear way. And then we're going to find ways to go underneath the diagnosis and understand the sort of wider context of healing. So obviously there's the diagnostic aspect of working with healing and symptoms, but we want to open that up and go a bit deeper and a bit underneath that. We also want to offer an opportunity to always include yourself in the healing practice. So you're going to be learning skills that we're going to be working with clients and their symptoms, but how do we include ourselves in that process so that we're always attending to our own healing and don't leave ourselves out of the picture or leave ourselves behind. We're going to be learning about the heart-womb connection for women. What does this mean and how does it sit in the arena of healing for women? We're also going to be teaching gentle bodywork skills, bringing integration, connection and a sense of wholeness to the whole body and the body-mind. And with this, we're going to be exploring and offering some understanding of trauma, embodiment and attachment issues, so that we can, again, kind of recognise something of how the body holds stories and experiences, whether they're physical or emotional, from the earliest point of embodiment. When we're looking at women's life cycles, we're going to be looking at the physiology and the emotional understanding of women's life cycles from menstruation, birth, through to menopause. And with this comes the acknowledgement that women have their own wisdom within themselves as women. And if they get to know and understand that in their body, then they can offer that wisdom, women's wisdom, if you like, to others to discover for themselves. Amanda's going to be teaching some incredible and wonderful, exciting, nurturing healing tools such as herbal and nutritional wisdom. Amanda often talks about the kitchen cupboard herbalist who uses herbs and food in her garden and in her cupboard, and she's going to be teaching you how to use those with clients. Then we're also going to both be using meditations, visualizations for well-being and healing. Amanda referred to the depth of understanding in communication and relationships, how to live the relationships we yearn for. So again, we're going to be training you how to work with clients and women in this area, but also we wouldn't be putting you outside of that circle. So as a student, you're going to be working on your own relationships, both with yourself and others. And then we're going to be offering tools that support women in transition. Women go through many transitions and different phases in their life cycles. And we want to look at how do we support women through those in a sort of very wide and deep kind of way. When I'm talking about practicalities, we're going to have 6 face-to-face weekends spread out over a year in Frome at the Lighthouse venue, which is a very beautiful venue to be doing it. You can attend these weekends daily, so you can come on the Saturday and the Sunday, or there is accommodation there for those that want to do it residentially. And there's going to be some distance learning in between modules. So I think that kind of sums up a lot of the tools that we're actually going to be offering you, the nuts and bolts of the course, so to speak. Bodywork skills, natural healing, psychological processes with self-inquiry and communication tools.
Do I need prior experience to enrol on Women's Wisdom? The short answer is no. Everyone is welcome. At the same time, this course will most definitely serve anyone who would like to deepen, inspire, refresh their existing work practice. Maybe also extend their work by including women's health and healing within their existing practice. Any prior experience you have will be integrated into the outcome of the course just beautifully. For anyone who may not have this kind of experience, but you have an enthusiasm, a calling to work with women's medicine ways, then the course is comprehensive and complete within itself. The course Women's Wisdom will connect women with the hugely rich legacy of women's healing ways and offer the skills, the experience, the confidence and the trust to take this out into the world in whichever way speaks to you and that you are drawn to.
So when thinking about what qualifications you'll get if you do this training and how you can use them in the world, this is an accredited training, accredited by the IPHM, the International Practitioners Holistic Medicine. This means that you're going to get an accredited diploma as a women's wisdom healer or health mentor, which enables you to work both one-to-one with clients and also to run women's circles and groups. Your clients may be working alongside other professionals such as the medical profession or other therapists, but you'll be bringing your own skill set to the table from the Women's Wisdom training, which can be integrated with clients who are working with other systems as well. And when you think about how this training might support your work, if you're an existing practitioner, of course you're going to learn new tools of focus to add to your present day modality. But more than that, you'll be deepening into the ground from which you practice, since you'll be learning experientially, making your own discoveries along the way, thus deepening into yourself and learning to trust whatever you find there, so being able to offer your trust and relaxation to your clients. So by attending to yourself as well as your clients, we believe that then you keep your work moving and growing and dynamic. It never gets boring when you work in this way because you're always discovering something new for yourself.
So how will the training support me personally? The course offers opportunities to discover what is of true value to you. Values and integrity have a very interconnected relationship, I would say. And one of the questions that is of great assistance in terms of value is, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? So we explore questions like this and we explore what is really of deep value to you. And as I say, how can you rest in your true integrity within yourself? We also say in our brochure that you will emerge from the course emotionally, spiritually, physically nourished. And we stand by this. And I would also add a sense of maturity in terms of emotionally and psychologically. and in being clear in what it is that you truly value in terms of work, life, relationships. You will have the opportunity to follow your heart's wisdom. The connection with your life, your work, relationships will be heart-led. So I really hope that this gives you a taste, a flavour, a fragrance of our course. And if this speaks to you, then come and join us. Come and join our circle of amazing women healers.